Good day and welcome to another edition of Outsider Genie, where we will be looking at the race meeting on the Vaal, the 8th of June. We have 8 races. The first race off at 12:45. The first race is a work rider's maiden plate over 1,000 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. Here the betting is number 9, 9 to 10, Master Archie, Swing the Willow, 33 to 10, 13 to 2, Jetcat, Lulu's Boy, 9 to 1, 9 to 1, Friends Rebel, 20 to 1, and better the rest. Now here, my first selection is the number 1 horse, Swing the Willow, a Willow Magic by Manjud May, Sean Terry, and there's a jockey that always rides for him, Gingwichwa, a very good jockey. This horse has ran some reasonable races, and yeah, I think in this field, it's not a strong field, and certainly can make his presence felt. My outsider selections is number 2 and 3. Not big outsiders in the betting, as you can see. They are 13 to 10 and 9 to 1. Jetcat is a horse that's always there and thereabouts. Certainly, I want to include into your quartet. One of these days, this 5-year-old Trippy Gelding will get it right and land up in the number 1 box. Then my other outsider section, number 3, Lulu's Boy. Lulu's Boy showed some good improvement in his last 2 races, and I do feel that he can be a contender when the photos are taken. And then here down at the bottom is the favorite, number 9, Master Archie. Really, I can't see this horse being out 9 to 10. It has ran some reasonable races in Cape Town, now finding himself here on the Highveld with Paul Peter, but 9 to 10, I won't be standing in a queue, thank you. The next 2 races are juvenile races. I'll just give you the betting on that, as we know by now that we don't do selections on those. The betting race 2, number 11, William Robertson, 11 to 10, 33 to 1, Dice, Mr. Livingston, 6 to 1, Angel of War, 8 to 1, 13 to 1, Savage Life, Cross Examination, 25 to 1, with Pleasure, 25 to 1, 33 to 1, and better the rest. And race 3, number 11, Mama Tembu, 2 to 1, Icy Night, 7 to 2, Canary Walk, 8 to 1, Golden Aspen, 10 to 1, Passion Fancy, 10 to 1, Escape Orchard, 11 to 1, Cocoa Hill, 12 to 1. And then we move on to the 4th race. Our first selection, our betting is as follows. Number 9, Miss Magician, in even money, Friends Joy, 9 to 1, Moonshine Through, 5 to 1, Smelting, 10 to 1, Give Me the Green Light, 10 to 1, Quick Run, 16 to 1, Queen of the North, 16 to 1, 22 to 1, and better the rest. So when we look at race number 4, my first selection is the number 9 horse, Miss Magician. Is it another Willow Magic? Against Sean Terry. This horse has also run well in his first 2 races, and I think will be hard to beat in this field because he's running against a bunch of older horses who's had many chances and cannot improve much. In my outsider selections is number 2, Smelting, who's always there and thereabouts, running places. But yeah, definitely in with a chance. But I think if the number 9 horse keep on showing improvement, he'll be do good for this field. Number 4, Give Me the Purple Light. Horse that come from KwaZulu-Natal, has been running now in the stable of Clinton Bender. Maybe inclusion, Jason Gage is a very good jockey. This horse ran 3rd behind Shisha Keeper in the maiden. And maybe for that, perhaps a horse that you need to include in your play. Can be anything here on the Highveld. And then number 8, Friends Joy, also is a 2-year-old that can improve. Did had, had a decent first race, and I think with Gavin Arena on board, can only improve from there. Then we move to race number 5, Racing Association Fillies and Mares Handicap over 1,000 meters, Class C, 75. And here the betting number 1, Greens, 33 to 10, Emerald Crest 33 to 1, 33 to 10, Victoria 15 to 1, 8 to 1, 15 to 4, 8 to 1, Zodiac Princess, LA Blue 11 to 1, Diamonds and Dust 12 to 1, Perivona 12 to 1, 15 to 1, Showdown Kid, Impressive Duchess 22 to 1, 25 to 1, Nina Amelia, and 25 to 1, Shima Vision 40 to 1, Countess Leon. So here in race number 5, my selection is the number 5 horse, which is Impressive Duchess, the same colors that took Sing for Rafa. At one stage, number 5, Impressive Duchess was, there was a lot of talk about this horse, how good this horse is, and he has run against some opposition far stronger than he ever meet like this. If I'm not mistaken, at one stage, she was probably not in the same class than Sing for Rafa, but not far behind. And lately she's been showing some pace and in her starts, and I've just got a feeling that if one of these days she's going to go to the front and stay on the front, and certainly a horse that you need to put in all of your play. Then my outsider selections is number 9, which is Zodiac Princess. Zodiac Princess is also a horse showing a lot of speed. Took a while to win his maiden, but certainly after that has finished second behind Legretta and ran well behind Victoria last time out. So certainly in Zodiac Princess, a horse that needs to go into your play. And then here we got number 12, LA Blue, up in class but down in weight, only carrying 50.5, and surely that must be in his favor. And then also a horse that you can look at is number 1, Greens. He is carrying 63.5 -4. Has also been running against stronger horses and most probably hard to beat in this field. But I'm looking for Impressive Duchess to go to the front and stay to the front. Then we went to go in race number 6, which is a merit-rated handicap, 69 handicap class B, average merit-rated 89. And here the betting is as follows: Tyrus Express 28 to 10, Trent Mars 28 to 10, Nebras 53 to 10, Romeo's Magic 72, 9 to 1, Apollo Robbins 10 to 1, Hard Swings. Category 4 is a scratching. Now here my view, my selection is number 1, Hard Swings. This horse, if you see now, is running in a B89. Now, this horse is 10 to 1, and I can't understand it, because if you look here, this horse is run in 105s, 114s, wasn't disgraced, 111, 3 lengths behind Summer Pudding. My goodness. And now they comes here and I price this horse up at 10 to 1. It's getting -2.5, so it's only carrying 61.5. And I really think that this horse will be hard to beat in this field today, because the opposition is not similar to the opposition that she's encountered before. Look here, 4.7 behind Neta Subam. So last time out, 7 lengths behind, she's a keeper, but my goodness, she's a keeper, is a July entrant. That was a future race that she ran on. So certainly I think number 1, Hard Swings, definitely a huge contender in this field. Then outside the selections, number 5, Apollo Robbins. Yeah, last time out, I'm not sure what went wrong. Before that, I run some reasonable races and maybe an outsider that you want to include into your play. And then the other horse I want to look at is number 2, Tyrus Express, which I think bar number 1 is also the horse who's got the best ability in this race to win this race, and GENIE on board. And also a horse I feel can make his presence felt there for my pick 6. I've got only numbers 1 and 2. Then we move on to race number 7, which is a classified stakes over 1,200 meters. And here the betting is as follows. Number 5, Federer and S4 to 1, the Makwaka. Sorry, that's race number 8. Race number 7, Putin's Promise 33 to 10, Big City Girl 4 to 1, From Here to Eternity 9 to 1, Fantasy Flower 5 to 1, Midnight Jen 11 to 1, Samoa 13 to 1, Sheltering Sky 15 to 1, and 16 to 1, and better the rest. So here in race number 7, my first selection is the number 7 horse Midnight Gem. I think any horse that comes out on his first run and wins by 3 lengths on his coconut surely must have ability. Today, this filly has had 2 runs against Big City Girl and stopped for nothing. And with -1.5, I'm thinking number 7 Midnight Gem is definitely a huge runner in this field. Also in this field included is number 4, and that is Big City Girl. Big City Girl ran at number 3, ran against number 4 From Here to Eternity, just getting beaten by a very short heat. And I think with a turnaround of 2.5 kilograms, that Big City Girl will be too good for number 4 From Here to Eternity. But I also expect her to run a good race as well. So number 8, Perfect Angel, also a horse that you might want to include into your play, has run some decent races, but is a bit inconsistent. Number 8, Perfect Angel. Then we move down to the last race today, which is also a classified stakes over 1,200 meters, E62. And here the betting is as follows. Number 5, Feather the Nest 4-1, the Macpackers 4-1, Eastbrook 4-1, 8-1 after hours, Blue Eyes 12-1, Opening Gambit 13-1, Bridge of Spies 13-1, Madam Patrice 14-1, Pretty Jolly 14-1, and Long 15-1 and for the time 22-1. So here my first selection is the number 5 horse, which is Feather Nest. Larina on board, has been running decent races lately and is well in here on the handicap, being a classified stakes. So certainly I think number 5, Feather Nest, a huge runner. Then my other outsider selections is number 3, Madam Patrice. I said last time out, I expected this horse to run a better race. She ran 3.5, never a threat, but Madam Patrice is type of horse. When she brings her A game to the course, she'll be hard to beat. A nice outsider, currently down here at 14-1. And then my other selection is the stablemate number 11, Pretty Jolly, which I'm also been following. And one of these days, this horse is going to pop up. Ryan Munger, the jockey, and Ryan Munger is hunger for wins. Also ran the improved race against Country Squire last time out. And I'm just got a feeling that one of these days, Pretty Jolly from a very low weight of 252 is going to pop up and improve to win a race. And then also we look at number 4, Opening Gambit. Also look for Aris on board. And he ran on last time, nice 24.2, before at the 22.1. And that's the kind of horse that D Maroon would probably surprise and win a race for, currently at 13-1. So that brings me to the end of our preview for today. I hope I could point you in the right direction. And as I always say, break a leg.